I'm about to go into my basement and grab a secret boss from my game Athenian Rhapsody. This boss really freaks everybody out, but is probably also like the fan favorite. There we go. So this is Misha. She's a sloppy, chubby kitty who's possessed by multiple demons. She also has a one-shot laser attack that just shreds your health bar unless you're pretty clever and you could deactivate it completely. The only way to find her, though, is in the back of the freezer, but you have to do one of two things. You can either smell like fish, like cod liver oil, or you could have somebody in your party that's in organized crime. Guess which one I'm a part of. It's either the stinky fish or the organized crime. Guess in the comments. And as you can tell, she's got a lot of physics, got a lot of motion going on, right? She's also got like 4 or 5 different faces and different voices. I don't know. There's a whole slew of demons in there. I don't know, man. I'm not like an exorcism guy or anything like that. It's just... I'm calling it like I see it. But actually getting to the point where you could fight this boss in Athenian Rhapsody isn't super obvious, so I'm going to show you a little bit of how you can get there. First off, if you haven't played my game Athenian Rhapsody, basically it's a choose-your-own-adventure RPG, kind of like Undertale, Earthbound, Pokemon, all those, where battles actually use real-time dodging instead of like turn-based because, you know, I didn't know how to make a turn-based. There's a lot of math for me. It also goes into mini-games like flexing, stuff like that to fight battles, so it's like an action RPG, I guess, right? It's really funny. It's a comedy game, and everybody's stories are different. You and your cousin can play and you'll have completely different games. But anyways, back to Misha, right? So eventually, pretty early into the game, after some running around and after the first boss, which is the fly, like a kind of a Buzz reference there if you've played Earthbound, you get to the first big city of the game, and this is called Primo. There's a lot of stuff here, right? It's a port town, kind of like LBI. I love LBI. Lots of things going on. You could start the Scoopy quest. The Scoopy, it's kind of like poopy, but it's ice cream. It's a full map collection quest. The drip shop, you could change your clothes, you can get armor, you could buy a lot of different, you know, food and stuff like that. I don't know, who cares? You play the game yourself, man. I'm not here to tell you everything. But what we're really focused on is the fish fry, and it's kind of like the Raising Cane's of Athenian Rhapsody, right? So they rent out a building in this town, which is just a freezer. They keep fish in there, you know, whatever, right? So you're gonna head on up there, and once you get in there, there's gonna be a few losers. Feel free to talk to them. They can give you some pretty powerful items too if they think that you're also a loser. Hopefully none of you guys get this item. But you could actually, you know, get pretty deep into the freezer there. There's some corridors and stuff. It's almost like something out of Mr. Meaty, if you know that show. That's disgusting. I used to play the little fishing game where you drop down and you collect like disgustingness. I'll put a clip there. Oh, horrible. I hope none of you watch that show. But anyways, so you're in the back freezer. Now what do you do? If you don't want to get spoiled on how to enter the back freezer, you could skip ahead like 20 seconds or something like that. But it's not that bad. You might want to listen up, right? So to get through the back door, there's a security lock. And the only way to pass it is if you smell like stinky fish or are involved in organized crime, right? So in order to smell terrible like fish, like cod liver oil, you gotta go to the actual restaurant part of the fish fry and buy the, what is it, like crispy fish, whatever, fried butt cheeks. I don't know what it is. I'll show it on screen. Also, while you're here, talk to the store clerk. He's a crazy guy. He just trauma dumps. He says all kinds of crazy things. I think it's hilarious. But anyways, so you're either gonna get the stinky fish. We call this pisci in Italian, pisci. Or you can have Scrutenhauser as a party member because he is involved in underground crime. Yep, that's right. He's a pretty late game follower, but you know, if you have him and you haven't fought Misha yet, you know, you can do that and you can skip the stinky fish. So long story short, you get through the door, you're at Misha now, right? So you're faced with her, it's a battle. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. She's gonna do 2 things right off the bat. She's gonna throw up fish skeletons at you. She's throwing up all the fish that she ate in the freezer supply. And she's going to enlarge, turn into like a big creature, and she's gonna chomp at you, right? If you're not a child and you've played this game for like a half hour, these probably aren't too hard for you to dodge, right? But here's the kicker, right? Eventually, the demons will get the best of her, and she will launch the one-shot laser attack at you, right? And a lot of players find this confusing. You know, how do I dodge this? How do I get out of this? All right, so there's a few ways right off the bat, right? You can either use your friend as a meat shield and they'll just absorb all the damage, and you might take some leftover, but I mean, that's a way. You can use a shield from your follower's skills or something like that. But the most effective way by far, and if you want to befriend her or end the battle passively, give her 2 exorcisms, right? Most people stop at 1, but you got to do 2, and you'll see the demon come out, right? That'll stop her from doing the laser attack completely. She'll just be like a normal little chubby disgusting kitty. So that's one way to make the battle a little bit easier. You know, I mean, the whole thing is just disgusting. She throws up, she's eating you, you know, whatever. It's crazy. This is like one of the most absurd bosses in the game. But when it comes time to end the battle, you might either want to end it passively and befriend her or defeat her, right? But depending on what you do, you get 2 different armors, right? And they actually have really strong in-game effects that you're probably gonna want for the rest of the game. So this is a good boss fight to get done early in the game, Athenian Rhapsody. I'm pretty sure that fighting Misha also shows up in the Rhapsody that you get at the end of the game. It's a postcard that details your entire playthrough. Because it's a choose your own adventure game, everybody has different, stories. You could trade them cross-platform. It's like trading Pokemon, except instead you're trading your entire playthrough. If you like Misha, try out Athenian Rhapsody. It's on PC, consoles, mobile. It's on every modern gaming console, and there's a free demo on each. Mobile is even free to start. It's free to start pretty much right up to the point where you could fight Misha. So check this out. I will, it seems like you guys liked the other video I did with Flipper about this, so I'll try a few more. All right, thanks, guys.